Hello, personal finance students. So this week, you get to learn how to fill in a 1040 and you're going to get to practice it. This is the federal tax return that everybody has to file by April 15th, unless you can get an extension, and the extension deadline varies each year, but it's usually sometime right around this time or early November. So, all right, here's what we need. You will need a W-2 form. And this is a W-2 that we're going to use today for a young woman who is 22 years old and in college, single, no dependents, Angela Lee. She is on her own, so her parents are not claiming her as a dependent. And we can see her income that she's made in box 1. We can see the taxes that have been withheld in boxes 2, 4, and 6. We can see her social security number and her employer. And if she had more than one employer, she would get more than one W-2, and we would have to report the income from both. You also sometimes have state information that you use when you file your state income taxes, but you always start with federal, so that's what we're going to go over. Okay, so I'll come back to the W-2 in a minute. You'll notice that I have the 1040 instruction book here. And just to give you a little bit of reflection here, notice that there are over 100 pages. And it goes line by line on everything. We are not going to use that. The only thing we're going to use is the tax table. And I'm going to show you how to use that. If you do not use TurboTax, you do have to use a tax table. And it's important for you guys just to understand where all the information comes from, even if you use like a TurboTax software, or the IRS has a free file program that you can use straight from irs.gov. And that's a really good way to file your taxes. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone through and I've filled out an income tax return for Angela. So the first part is pretty straightforward. What is her filing status? She is single. We need her personal information. So we need her name, her social security number, her address. All of that was on the W-2, but you should all know that for yourself when you file. Okay, then notice it says wages, salaries, tips, attach forms W-2. So I'm going to toggle a little bit here, so hold on with me. Here is box 1. She made $13,312. That has been entered in line 1. Then we have places for other income. Remember that you have to pay tax on earned income, which is what you have on your W-2, and additional income, which could be reported on 1099 forms. So if you earned interest from an account in a bank, you earned investment income, all of those things get added. She doesn't have any of those. Capital gains, she sold something and made money. She did not, so we don't have any of that. So then we get down here, it says add lines 1, 2B, 3B, etc. Total income is $13,312. Then adjustments to her income, she doesn't have any. So her adjusted gross income is $13,312. That is not her taxable income. Remember that we talked on Thursday about deductions. So she's going to claim the standard deduction, which for a single filer is $12,550. So that's the money that is not going to get taxed. So we're going to take that, record that here, and subtract it away from her wages, salaries, tips, and other income. She actually has $762 of taxable income. Now, that's line 15. That's really important because when we get to the back side of this form, line 16 is tax. They want to know what tax you actually owed. And in order to figure this out, we have to use the tax table and we have to use what was on line 15. So line 15 of her form had $762. So I'm going to look at the form here for tax table. Notice it has the filing status. We're looking at single, and we're going to look for the amount of money. So $762 is between $750 and $775. So here is how much she owes, $76. So we're going to go ahead and fill that in. She doesn't have any Schedule 2. We're going to record it again. She does not have any credits. Credits are a dollar for dollar reduction in your taxes. She doesn't have any children. She doesn't have any other tax credits. So as we go through this, we follow all the directions. Her total tax was $76. But then we have to compare it to what was taken out of her paycheck. So we're going to go back to her W-2 and we're going to say, hey, how much did the feds actually take out this year? We're going to round box 2 to $1,536. That's how much money was deducted for income taxes over the course of the year. So we record that here from the W-2. If she had anything from 1099s or other forms, we would put that here. This is the total amount of tax that she had deducted or paid over the course of this year. And then we go through some other different credits. She doesn't have any of that. So she had no other payments or credits. Her total payments were $1,536. Notice that now we get to a part, this is the part people always talk about. Do I get a refund or do I owe money? Well, the refund is if you overpaid. So if line 33 is more than line 24, well, it is because line 33 is over $1,500 and line 24 was $76. She owes $76, not $1,536. So if we subtract those, the difference is $1,460. That is her refund. So if she wants that directly deposited into a bank account, she can put the routing number, the account number, what type of account. If she had somebody else prepare it, that's the third party designee. She does always have to sign, you always have to sign your 1040. This is a legal form, date it. They want your occupation. If you go through the IRS free file, they will use a PIN number. And if you have a paid preparer, they will also fill this out. So that's the 1040, and that's how we fill it in. Now it's going to be your turn to try one. So refer back to this video whenever you need to. All right, happy taxing.